Welcome back to Mass Effect 2, everybody. So last time we completed Casumi's big side mission, which was just a bit of fun, really. We kind of led the kind of least stealthy heist of all time on, was it Damien Hock from South Africa with a questionable beard. Oh, I'm not doing that anymore. Anyway, and yeah, we got dressed up. We found Keji's grey box, and we told Kasumi to keep the memories, not to delete them, because the secret he'd uncovered had something to do with the Alliance, I think he said, and it could...
Commander, I think you'll want to talk to Garrus.
Yes, I will, Kelly. And yeah, it was fun. Nice boss fight at the end. It's just a shame we don't get to kind of talk to her in depth. Stop looking at me, Kelly. We've got this new outfit. We're going to go get out of this. We'll go and talk to Kasumi and Garrus, because Garrus' side quest sounds like it's been unlocked. I have gone away and done a bunch of resource scanning in the meantime, so all of the palladium, iridium, platinum are all in the 100,000s, and element zeros on nearly 30,000. So let's keep this dress on for the time being. We'll change out of it before we go out on a mission. What I think we're going to do in this episode, this is a weekend episode, so this means it can be a bit longer. So I feel like, if judging by how long Kasumi's mission was, I think I'm going to go and do Zaeed's side mission. Are they called loyalty missions? I've heard a few of you phrase them that way. That should be quite fun. He's got a lot of personality. So let's see what we can pick up now with all this material, all these materials that we've got. Yeah, we've got so much. We can pick up all of these. Let's just see if there are any really pricey ones. Tech damage. We can get this now. I don't think we need to get that. We'll save that to last. Right, 20%, that's really good. We can buy the med bay upgrade. We've got loads of platinum. Upgrades the Normandy's medical facilities with an advanced dermal regeneration unit. Using this unit will immediately and completely heal your scars. Further scarring will not occur regardless of the actions you take. Oh, we don't really need this, do we? I'll think about it. Okay, Krogan Vitality, that's really cheap. Yep, that's really cheap. Ammo, capacity plus 30%. Did I not just buy this? Obviously not. We'll pick up the... I'm about to sneeze. I apologise. We'll pick up the assault rifle accuracy. Much more accurate. Okay. Doesn't say what percentage it is, just says much more. Well, we've got loads of iridium. Sniper headshot damage. Okay. This would be nice if we were using sniper rifles, but... So I'm still unsure. I'm going to do a few more loyalty missions before we do this advanced training. These are pretty cheap, so I can have a look at them, at least. I don't like this chitin armor, but... whatever. Our new heavy weapon. Cryo rounds technology is used to modify standard weapon slugs. A cooling laser collapses the ammunition into Bose-Einstein condensate. Okay, a frost bomb. Snap freezing. Okay, we don't necessarily need this because we have an ability that does the same thing. But we'll pick it up anyway. We're rich, after all. We've got the training. Med bay upgrades, emergency shielding, can't get any of them, so let's get the emergency shielding. Could come in handy, right? Got 90,000 platinum. I spent like 10 grand of credits Let's having to refuel and buy probes. The what was it called? The Relic star system had loads of resources in it. Hi, Mordin.
Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got anything new to say?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Yes, good timing, in fact.
Oh.
Excellent. Made breakthrough. Can share results while next samples grow. Hate waiting for culture analysis. Never fast enough. Usually no result in advance. Just checking work. Have to be careful. Getting off track. My discovery. New data. Collectors not natural. Extensive genetic modification. Maybe seeing slave caste. Unintelligent.
That's impossible. God made them. So how are they unintelligent? As in, okay, I think I'm going to predict what he's going to say. So what from what I gathered, it seems as if it's similar to the Rachni, I guess, where there's going to be like a controlling one, which is the general, that instructs like the kind of workers or the soldiers or whatever the subclass who are probably what he's describing as unintelligent.
I'm gonna need something more specific than that, Mordin.
Think of Rachni. Drones unintelligent. Process information, transfer sensory data to Queen. Individuals just smart enough to follow orders. No, same situation. Loathe metaphors. Pander to undereducated masses. Get doctrine. Have a real conversation. Collectors possess technology, not culture.
Okay, how did you figure this out?
How can you tell this from analyzing their technology?
Too many ways to count. Example, weapons not ergonomically suited to manipulation. Comfort, ease of user, not important in design. Or note, synthesized protein chains used for energy attacks. Complex, but clumsy. Causes long-term damage to collector tissue. Could have accomplished the same goal without damaging self. Didn't. Don't care about individuals. No, worse. Active contempt.
Okay. I don't think it necessarily makes them stupid, it makes them obedient, right? So how does this help?
How does it help our attack plan to know that the collectors are culturally limited?
Collector culture suggests you plan for overwhelming force, not cunning. Assume no self-preservation. Also implies collectors slave species of someone with higher technology. Reapers, logical suspects, may be useful, mostly useful as motivation. Must see collectors destroyed, not just dangerous. Abomination. Culture without art, growth, potential, evil.
Okay, are all of these new? So you have an interest in art.
You said the collectors had no art. I had no idea you cared about that kind of thing.
It's not that he
Personal
cares.
interest negligible. Sang
Yeah.
little. Multi-species productions for cultural exploration. Gilbert and Sullivan always had me do the patter songs. But not about me. Cultural artistic expression reflects
Yeah.
philosophical evolution, interest in growth, perspective, observation, interpretation. Suspect you won't see any art in collector base. Culturally dead. Tools for reapers. Worse than the Geth.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, yeah. Having art and abstract forms of expression is a sign of complex thought, right? Of thought that is infinite in a lot of ways, right? Like the description of language, complex language, like the way that language is different between us and there are animals who communicate, right? Dolphins, chimps, whatever, communicate in some kind of verbal way, physical way, but it's not complex language in the sense that it has a finite use, it has finite meanings, whereas like human language is an infinite use of a finite means. I'm pretty sure that's like the definition I remember. Because although it's made up, it's an alphabet or whatever, or typography or hieroglyphics, whatever, there's a finite number of symbols, right, that make up the language, that make up the alphabet, the words, the phrases, the sentences. But you can combine it in an essentially infinite way. Whereas, yeah, like so he's kind of saying that the collectors, or at least the majority of them, don't have that. Maybe the controlling ones do. But Mordin, I think you're gonna have to sing for me, mate.
I'm sorry, I know that was important, but you perform Gilbert and Sullivan?
I am the very model of a scientist Solarian. I've studied species Turian, Asari, and Batarian. I'm quite good at genetics as a subset of biology because I am an expert, which I know is a tautology. My xenoscience studies range from urban to agrarian. I am the very model of a scientist
Solarian. Excuse me. Mordin. That was fabulous. Can we romance Mordin, please? Oh. Anger at okay. Well, that was great. I'm gonna have to learn that. Anger about modification, so what about the collectors being modified?
What is it about the collector's modifications that bothers you
Unethical.
so much?
Disrupts socio-technological balance. All scientific advancement due to intelligence overcoming, compensating for limitations. Can't carry a load, so invent wheel. Can't catch food, so invent spear. Limitations. No limitations, no advancement. No advancement, culture stagnates. Works other way, too. Advancement before culture is ready. Disastrous. Saw it with Krogan. Uplifted by Solarians. Disastrous. Our fault.
Okay, you kind of pushed them too far before they were ready.
You blame the Solarians for what the Krogan did?
Yes, like giving nuclear weapons to cavemen. Krogan unprepared for spaceflight, technological advance. Krogan could have evolved alone, worked out aggression, been ready to use new tech responsibly. Instead, Solarians came, disrupted Krogan culture, used Krogan as blunt instrument against Rachni. Short-sighted. Foolish.
Interesting to hear him very talk about it in that sense. Fascinating. Fascinating. Yeah, so they didn't get a chance to evolve. They were thrust into modernity before the culture was ready for it. Resterilising?
If you feel that way, why did you work on the genophage modification?
Well, to correct
Talked
it.
before. Best option. That or kill them all.
Yeah.
If around during first contact, would have argued against it. Wasn't there then. Do what I can.
Yeah, yeah. Easy. We've been over this so many times. Okay. How can we fight the collectors then? If they're like an endless horde with no qualms about what they're doing.
I'm surprised you'd want to see the collectors destroyed completely. You usually argue for diversity.
Not this
yes,
time.
Exactly. Mourn loss of Rachni. Lost potential. Pleased we adapted genophage to avoid necessity of destroying all Krogan. But collector culture different. No diversity. No growth. Brute technology. If working for Reapers' long-term goal is eradication of organic life, collectors are force of destruction. Don't help galaxy evolve except when other species adapt to fight them. Need to be destroyed.
And maybe they're a race that has been entirely manufactured by the Reapers, similar to the what are they called? The Keepers. Similar to the Keepers, right? Because they looked a bit insectoid-like. So what's motivating you here?
I didn't think you needed any more motivation than you already had to stop the collectors.
Enjoyed challenge. Saw necessity of attack on collectors after Plague on Omega. Their work, my people. Hard to care about two armies. One wins, one loses. Always work to do after. Now, have more context. See what collectors are. Wasn't looking for other work before. Don't mean to imply that. Just committed now. Won't let you down.
I trust you, Mordin. I trust you with all my heart.
Thanks for sharing what you've learned, Mordin.
Proud to be here, Shepard. Thank you for including me.
Oh, could we give him a hug? Please. Please. We could go talk to Jacob.
Commander, I think you'll want to talk to Garrus.
Yes, yes, yes. The way we walk doesn't really suit this outfit.
Thank you, Commander. Rupert put the new supplies to good use.
Oh, right, okay. Sweet. Okay, I take it, Garrus, you found your Judas.
Shepard, I'm glad you came by. I've got something. I may need your help. You remember Sidonus, the one who betrayed my team? I found a lead on him. There's a specialist on the Citadel, name's Fade. He's an expert at helping people disappear. Sidonus was seen with him.
Okay. What would Sidonus be doing there?
What are you planning to do when you find him?
You humans have a saying, an eye for an eye, a life for a life. He owes me 10 lives, and I plan to collect.
Is that really what you want, though? This is fair. This is probably fair enough, right? I don't know.
You sure that's how you want to play it?
I'm sure. I don't need you to agree with me, but I'd like your help.
I mean, we need to hear him out first. There might have been some reasons for it, but...
What happened? How did Sidonus betray your team?
He tipped off the mercs, told them where our base was. He drew me out with a false job, then let the mercs hit my team. My men weren't prepared. They tried to hold them off. By the time I got back, there were only 2 survivors. They didn't last long. All 10 of them dead. Because of him.
Yep, let's get on it.
Where do we find Fade?
I've arranged a meeting. We'll meet him in a warehouse near the Neon Markets down on Zakera Ward. Thanks, Shepard. I appreciate you taking the time to help me.
Oh, it's on the Citadel. Citadel. I don't know why I turned into the Krusty Burger kid from The Simpsons then. Would you like any fries with that? Okay. We've still got a mysterious... Oh, she looks awesome. Cast me?
Hey, got a minute?
Of course I have. Do anything for you, cast me. Let me get a camera angle without zooming in on my own arse.
I really appreciate your help with the Hawk heist. I've been going through Keiichi's gray box. It's so nice to have him back. Even in that form, I miss him.
Shepard, stop it.
I can see why Jack is the way she is. I don't like it, but I get it. Not a lot of people go in and out of Dr. Chakwa's office, other than to get medical attention, I mean. I hear you shared a drink with her. That's really nice. I imagine with all that's happened, old friends are becoming a luxury. Come back later. I'm sure I'll have more to talk about.
What? Is this new stuff?
That painting has a special place in my heart. An art collector hired me to steal it. When I got there, the painting was gone. On the way out, I saw it being hauled off by another thief. I chased him down, tackled him, and took the painting. That's how Keiji and I met. We never did turn it into our employers.
Alright, so this is all repeated information. I'm guessing. Okay. Miranda's just going to bring up her side quest stuff again, I believe. We can talk to Tali and Jack. Grunt's going to go over his side quest again as well, I think. I think I prefer Jack's base outfit. I think these other ones kind of look a bit awkward on her. I feel like, yeah.
Hey.
You and Jacob?
What do you think of Miranda and Jacob?
Jacob doesn't know who he is, but that's not my problem. Miranda's a Cerberus bitch. Knew that before she opened her mouth.
Yeah, we've asked that.
Tell me something I don't know about you.
Nothing to tell. Why?
I'm curious.
I want to know more, and I'm not going away.
I'm here to fight for you. Nothing says we have to be friends, but whatever. Something you don't know, huh? Obvious stuff, like what's up with my ink, or something else just as boring? You're not really interested unless it affects you. I've been through all this shit before.
And what if I do actually really care?
I could be genuine. You have no way of knowing.
I have eyes, and I have history. You'll back off. As soon as you realize you're not the first, and I'm immune to your help.
What, I'm not the first to ask you? Well, so you've never had any close relationships?
You work pretty hard at not letting people get close.
I've been with lots of people. If you're asking about a boyfriend or a girlfriend, no. It's a waste of time and it never works. You let someone get that close, it just means they need a shorter knife. Lonely and alive works just fine, thanks.
What about the tattoos? I'll ask again for that if it
bite.
goes away.
What's with the tattoos?
Some are for prisons I've been in. Some are for kills. You know, good ones. Some are for things I've lost. Those aren't your business. They're nobody's business. And some are because, hey, why the fuck not?
So you've got no one you trust? I imagine that would have been better without the vest, because we could have seen some of the scars maybe.
Be tough. But you can't have survived alone all these years.
When I was starting out, I ran with this girl Manara and her boyfriend. They knew their way around. I thought they'd help me. Right. They helped me into their bed. And when we finally did take down something big, they helped themselves to my share of the take. I knew where it was heading. And I got them first. Never bothered with friends after that.
Once you thought they'd kill you.
They sound like selfish pricks. That doesn't mean they were gonna kill you.
I get feelings. I don't need proof. I did the smart thing. I always do the smart thing if people fuck with me. That's probably something you should remember.
Oh, come on. After what we've been through, you still pulling this card?
You work pretty hard at not letting people
I've been with lots. You let someone get that close, it just means they need a shorter knife. Lonely and alive works just fine, thanks.
So you do feel lonely?
Seems like you miss it a little more than you want to admit.
Pick every little word apart if you want, but it doesn't change the way the galaxy works. Come on, you've been around.
Fine.
I have to go. But we should do this again.
Wait. My turn with the questions.
Hmm.
People usually walk by now. Why are you really asking all these things? What's your game, Shepard?
I mean, you've been through a lot of hardship. It would be nice to help you.
I've never met anyone like you.
Whatever. It'll come back to what you can take. It always does. Later, Shepard.
She'll see in time. I hope at least. Hey there, Tali.
Kenneth, what has the new shielding done to your power grid balance?
Not much. With built-in capacitor subsystems, they have a surprisingly low draw.
Doesn't that mean the shielding boost wouldn't last long under fire?
True. They're built for hard, fast strikes, not firefights of attrition.
Shepard, what can I do for you?
Have you got time to talk?
I really need to clean up this engine. Maybe later?
I'll let you work.
Talk to you later.
Okay. Right. So, we're going to go get changed, check out those armors, then we're going to go to Zaeed's side quest. Because that was the plan. And then maybe Garrus's in the next episode. Oh, get changed, Matt. What am I doing? We'll talk to Kelly as well. Can we change back into this if we want? Yeah. There we go. Still got no shoulder variants. Right, let's have a look at those other ones. Blood Dragon, I don't even like that anyway, so I wouldn't even want to use that without the helmet, because it just looks like a knight. Again, I don't like the armor even without the helmet. Our posture just looks so weird. That would look cool though without the helmet. That looks hideous. We've seen that one already. None of them are particularly nice anyway. prefer the base set. Let's just see what this looks like with a different chest plate with this colorway. I don't like that chest plate. Like for this one, and well, this one can't have the stripes on because it just highlights the breasts way too much. That one needs a smaller shoulders, right? That needs thin shoulders to make it look right. This is kind of the only one that looks size appropriate with the heavier shoulders. I don't think we've picked up anything else, no. Yeah, the shoulders stay the same whichever arms we put on, so really need some new shoulders. Right, let's pick a new colour. Not pink. Interesting. Green, maybe a turquoise. Quite like that green, but what material would look nice with it? I think a shiny, yeah, would look nicer. And then maybe we go for the camo. Go for a dark green there. And then we change the pattern colour maybe to like a brown. Definitely not a blue. A red. Reddy brown maybe. Oh, that's too lipsticky. That could work. No, I like that one the best. I would like to try one of these, but just for like one mission maybe, but I just can't do it. I just can't. We'll go with the green. Alright. I need to buy more fish, obviously. Squeak! That doesn't get old. Okay, I've not even been in the bathroom. We can use the toilet. We can't... Oh yeah, we can look in the mirror. Nice! Didn't even know we could go in there. Okay. Let's talk to Kelly, see if she says anything about Garrus' state of mind. We've got... we need to level up.
I bumped into Zaeed recently. Quite the character. Given how much violence and destruction that man's seen, he's surprisingly well adjusted.
True.
Still, I wouldn't want to be alone with them. Anyway, what's up?
How's the crew?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
It's always nice chatting with you.
She said something about Casimir while I was scanning, because I talked to her just to make sure I hadn't cancelled Garrus' quest, so she said something about she's difficult to get much out of, which I guess she is, right? Okay. Level up. I've got 4 points. Now, I should probably go into Incinerate, but I kind of want to get the maximum combat drone. No, let's go for Incinerate. Just more flat damage is works well. Depending on how long this mesh... Oh, I've got something on Casimir. We'll do this after Zaeed's mission, if we've got time, depending on how long it takes. Where the hell am I? Oh, I came here to the Horizon cluster, but I've not read any of the planets, so we'll have to come back here at some point, basically. Okay. Oh, and the MSV Rosalie's in the Ismar frontier. Sure. Okay, so we should be quite a bit more powerful with some of these upgrades now. Okay. A lot of planets here. A lot of planets. Zaeed's in the Faya cluster. There's not really anything here in particular, so we've got planet descriptions we could read, but I want to get to Zaeed's mission. We'll do that if we have time at the end. Got plenty of fuel. Let's go to Faya. We'll read the planets in this cluster when we get here. Wish we could zoom out of it. Got a teeny tiny planet. Hito. While the ice mines of Viantel make a great deal of profit from ships passing through Faya's mass relay, the real money is made at Hito. As the only gas giant in the Faya gateway system, Hito is heavily developed by rival helium-3 mining concerns. The world has 3 major and 26 minor moons, each of which is claimed by a different company. Those based on moons deeper into the gravity well tend to specialize on helium-3 extraction and refining, while those on the farther moons specialize in refueling, services and shipment. The local economy is driven by black marketeering, backroom deals and cutthroat business. Each company attempts to sabotage its rivals' facilities while protecting their own moon. This has led to open corporate warfare 3 times in the last century. All the major mercenary groups have offices in the Hito planetary system, though the Blue Suns enjoy a home team advantage, shipping in cheap logistical supplies from Zoya. Population 950,000, nearly a million. Okay, I'll come back to scan off camera. Let's have a look at the mini planet. God, Viantel, this is like the smallest one we've seen. Though a dwarf planet, Viantel's large amounts of water have led to heavy development by water-cracking industries, seeking to turn the planet into hydrogen-oxygen fuel for starship thrusters. The surface is blanketed with habitation modules, mining equipment and cracking stations. Since the initial settlement of Ilium in the nearby Tassali system, the radius of Viantel has decreased by 2 kilometers, indicating removal of over 72,000 cubic kilometers of ice. Some groups are concerned that the rate of loss may cause instability in the remaining structure. Population of 10,000, no capital, largest port is Kielios, Station 04. This will be tapped, I think. Oh no, it's still rich. Fair enough. Alright, there's another little planet here. Imien. Imien is a small cratered rock. Its crust contains various light metals, though none in any concentration worth the trouble of mining. While the rest of the Faya system has seen extensive industrialization, Imien lies fallow. Oh, so that's rich. Okay, off to Zoya. I'll need to refresh my memory on his quest, but which I probably should do before we go in. Mud, sweat and spores is how Blue Sun's mercenaries characterize the planet that gave birth to their home office. This lush garden world is known for its heavy plant and fungal life, creating spectacular jungle zones over much of its 8 continents. Despite persistent problems with rot and rust, Zoya attracts investors and corporations from all throughout the galaxy since it has exploited only a fraction of its potential resources. The Blue Suns dominate security contracts on Zoya, so much that residents describe them less like a monopoly and more like a conquering regime. Colony founded in 2160, population of 148 million. Wow. Capital is Fun. Okay. Right, let's check the journal. Zaeed, the price of revenge. Before he was hired by Cerberus, Zaeed had taken a mission to go to Zoya and liberate an Eldfell Ashland refinery from the Blue Suns. Once his work there is done, he can dedicate his full attention to the mission. Okay, so he's fulfilling a former contract. A current contract. Okay. And the MSV Rosalie. Cerberus Project Firewalker has reported that a survey ship has gone missing near the planet Zeona. The ship was carrying researchers and had a prototype planet-side exploration vehicle when it went missing. Cerberus has asked that the vehicle be recovered and that any signs as to the whereabouts of the researchers be reported. Can't remember if this was DLC, but I know Overlord is DLC. Okay. And lastly, I didn't debate this, but the... Okay, so we know that Samara isn't an Asari. Probably, possibly quite kind of late middle age, because she's maybe approaching matriarch age. But I wasn't sure who this person was. Thane Krios. Biotics. Oh, Thane Krios is a Drell. What's a Drell? Trained from childhood as an elite assassin, proficient in both long-range sniping kills and close infiltration. He slowed his activities in recent years, but is rumoured to have a target on Ilium. Okay, we've not met Drell before, right? Or if I have, it's gone over my head. Interesting, a brand new race. Okay. I don't know who we're going to take with us unless it's just us and Zaeed again. One of you explained to me that I can go to Ilium and just talk to Liara without triggering quests, without triggering the squad mates. So I might do that. I feel like we should go and do Garrus's mission after this though, and then we'll head that way. Maybe Miranda, maybe Liara, then Miranda. Yeah, loose order. Right, Zoya. Well, let's go. So we're essentially completing a mercenary contract here. Yeah, we do get to take someone else. So Zaeed, assault rifles and sniper rifles. So there's no point taking Garrus because they're basically the exact same build. And same for Grunt. So we should probably take a biotic. So Jack or Miranda. Could take Casimir, but then taking both of them might limit the dialogue somewhat. Could take Jack, but Jack's been out with us quite a lot. Yeah, Miranda's not been out with us for a while. I've not taken Jacob out like at all. I think Miranda's probably more interesting. When she's coming out on a mission, I would prefer her to have the armor on. It just seems more appropriate to me. When she's on the ship and we talk to her here, we'll have this stuff on. Maybe when we do her mission, we'll have her base set on, but for this mission, we'll put her in her armor. Okay, we've leveled up ourselves. We're going to need to wait for another 2 points to upgrade again. We've got 4 points for Miranda. Right, I think we should put the points into warp. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Zaeed will have a lot of points. So, mercenary veteran. So, yeah, we'll put this and then we'll get one more to put into ammo or concussive shot. We'll probably take damage for this. 15% health, 50% weapon damage. That's ridiculous. Why would you take the health buff? 50% weapon damage is massive. Beautiful. So disruptor ammo rips through shields and shreds synthetic targets. Okay, let's take the disruptor ammo because we'll get squad disruptor ammo at level 4, so. Okay, so we've got the shuriken. Wait, what? Oh. So we'll take the locust, because that's what we just got, right? Auto-targeting, didn't realise that. So maybe it doesn't do as much damage, but I quite like it for whittling down shields. Much prefer the Carnifex to the Phalanx. And I really do like this collector particle beam. What did we just pick up? Oh, the freeze thing. I'm not too bothered about that. I like the particle beam, man, because it's not one... It doesn't rely on me being accurate. I know some of these track, but like the grenade launcher, if I miss, or the target's charging us like a Krogan, or... I nearly said Volus, like a Varan. You know, like if they make a quick turn, the tracking doesn't even matter then. So I'm going to stick with the particle beam, even though I don't like the way it looks on my back. Okay, she's got the Locust and the Carnifex. The Carnifex does seem to be much better. I prefer that. Zaeed. Okay. Yeah, the Mattock. More accurate, increased damage. Sure. Now this was... What was this better for? Yeah, shields. So I'm going to stick with the Mantis. Let's do it. Took us 40 minutes to get here. I hope his alternative armor gets rid of that shoulder plate that he's got on. I'm not a big fan of that.
Tapping into Blue Sun's communications. Stay tight and look out for ambushes.
Okay. Alright. Let's decide what weapons they're going to have. Yeah, I'm happy with him having the heavy rifle. She can have the Carnifex. Okay, so... I doubt we're going to need hacks. Concussive shot. Sure. Another overload. Warp. Yeah, I never ever use cryoblast, man. We'll leave her overload off, and we'll come here and click on disrupt ammo, because I think we only need to use it once, right? Like at the start of the mission. Let's make a hard save, actually. Hopefully that doesn't crash the game. Doing the old double save. No map, no, just following the arrow, which helps me look around and assess the environment. DLC, so it's going to look more beautiful.
Squad Bravo, a shuttle landed near your location. Check it out.
We're
Here we
evil.
go. Keep close.
What are you doing? I don't want to kill the things. I bet there's an achievement for doing that. Got some bodies. I wonder who would have been interesting to bring here. I'm not sure.
Shot in the back and left to rot. That's definitely Vito's style. Let's push ahead.
Alright, sir. Can't see any cover just yet. So tempting to kill that thing. I'm not going to do it. One thing I wanted to bring up was I'm really not sure what my romance options are. Because we've only really had Jacob, and we've had kind of weird flirts with Kelly. And I don't even think Kelly's like an actual option. I just think because she's not I don't know if it's exclusive to squad mates. We're obviously going to get to speak to Liara, but you know, 'cause this game seems big on choice and consequence. I don't know like if staying faithful to Liara is important. I suppose we were technically dead. She might have moved on, right? I don't know who our other options are. Obviously don't tell me, but I feel like I suppose by this point in the first game it was clear that Liara and Caden were options, but I still don't know who the third option was in the first game. Who would it have been? Rex?
Commander Bravo, take a position. Likely these people are not runaways.
We are evil guys. Let's not kill them. I know that they're pests, but...
report to base. Armed intruders incoming at the southern checkpoint.
Ava, help us out. So we're gonna have less ammo now.
Enemy down.
Hell of a shot.
Firing concussive shot.
Now let's finish you off.
That's for breaking more TV, bro.
Reinforcements incoming. We got your backs.
Unlucky.
That one hit.
This'll put him down.
Nice shot.
All squads, fall back.
Okay, we need the cash, man. I really want that damage upgrade. So yeah, our ammo's a bit lower because I swapped something out, right? Now, can we get to this stairwell? I don't think so. I kind of wish I would have changed the hair colour for the game at the start. You know, I was thinking about either grey or red. I was thinking grey would have been cool just for this game. After we were kind of brought back from the dead, right? And then put a colour back in it for the third game. I really should have done that. Then it would have been a nice, like, minor change for each game. I could always mod it in, right? It's too late, man. We're like...
Santiago, if any of you retreat while the intruders are still alive, I'll kill you myself. Now get the hell back out there.
Vito. Sounds like he hasn't changed.
You know him.
I get the feeling you have a past with this, Vito.
I knew he was a sadistic bastard back when we started the Blue Suns. The Suns only got meaner after he staged his little coup 20 years ago. So yeah, we have a past.
You helped found them?
Why didn't anyone tell me you founded the Blue Suns?
Because it's not common knowledge. Vito wiped me out of the records. He ran the books, I led the men. Worked real well for a while. Then Vito decided to start hiring Batarians. Cheaper labor, he said. Goddamn terrorists, I said.
20 years?
20 years is a long time to hold a grudge.
Not really.
A grudge? Vito turned my men against me. He paid 6 of them to restrain me while he put a gun to my head and pulled the trigger. For 20 years, I've seen that bastard every time I closed my eyes. Every time I sighted down on a target. Every time I heard a gunshot. Don't you call that a goddamn grudge?
How did you survive a bullet to the head?
You survived a gunshot to the head?
Yeah. And you survived your ship getting disintegrated.
True.
A stubborn enough person can survive just about anything. Rage is a hell of an anesthetic.
Let's do it.
We better get moving.
Yeah, green armor doesn't look that great.
All squads mass at the gatehouse now.
They know we're here. Bring it on, you son of a bitch!
It's a great voice actor, this guy.
Squad Charlie, Delta, mass at the gatehouse.
You can tell they put effort into these environments. You've got to sell them DLCs, right? Obviously, I don't know if it looked this good in the original, so I should stop talking nonsense. Don't see any cover. Should be alright. Hey there, buddy.
Zaeed Masani, you finally tracked me down.
Vito.
Don't be stupid, Zaeed. I have a whole company of bloodthirsty bastards behind me, ready to kill or be killed on my command. Actually, take your shot. Give my men a reason to put you down like the mad dog you are. Again.
Go on, Zaeed.
What was that? Gone nearsighted, old friend.
Burn, you son of a bitch.
Just like the Krogan.
You just signed your death warrant, Masani.
What the hell are you doing?
The Wilhelm scream.
Opening the gate.
Yeah, warn me next time, mate.
Next time you're gonna blow something up, I want to know about it first.
Vito was confident. Had a lot of men. Now he's lost the home field advantage. If we keep up the pressure, no way he's getting out of here alive.
Aren't we coming here to save anybody?
The mission is to save these workers, not burn them to death.
I came here to kill Vito Santiago. If you want my help on your mission, you better make damn sure that man dies today.
Fine. I really don't mind. He was betrayed pretty heavily, got shot in the face, so it's pretty reasonable terms for revenge, right?
You want him dead, then he dies.
I don't care what else happens, as long as Vito swallows a bullet.
Let's go!
Ow!
Watch
Whoa! I missed that, I should have been looking. A bit of lag.
Help! We're trapped! We can't get to the gas valves to shut them off! The whole place is gonna blow!
No time. Vito's probably halfway to the shuttle docks by now.
How much time have we got?
Vito's wounded. How fast can it be?
Vito's smart. We stop to help these people, and he'll use this time to get away. And if he gets away, I'm blaming you.
Shit. Really? I mean, there's a chance we get to do both, right? It's kind of weighted in a way where if we go to Zaeed first, these people are probably going to die, whereas if we save these people, we might still get to Zaeed. Alright, dude. We're here for him, right? We're here for him. This is his mission. Like, it's different to, like, Mordin killing Malin, right? Because he didn't go there to kill Malin. That's just kind of an eventuality, right? And we stopped that, right? But Zaeed's kind of whole purpose, and he's come under the pretense, so he's deceived us a bit with the maybe saving the factory or something. Really, he's here to kill Vito, so I think we've maybe got to be ruthless here.
Let's get moving before Vito gets away.
Glad you see it my way.
No! Help! No!
Phew, 15 points. That's not that much. I feel bad, but Oh, come on, where did my targeting go? Oh, he's dead.
I got it.
I think we might be over leveled for this. We're melting these guys pretty quick. Come on now.
I'll take it.
Nice.
Heavy weapon, get down.
Come on.
This'll put him down.
Okay, pretty straightforward. If we can save people, we will. But might not be an option. Nice.
We can use this.
Oh, we're the only ones. Oh, it's a heavy weapon. A flamethrower. Okay. Nothing?
Incoming.
What?
9-9. My shields are down.
Okay, that thing is very situational, I feel. Nothing? Okay. Yeah, I don't like this. Firestorm. I prefer the particle beam. For sure.
I'll bring this place down around you.
Go, Ava, go.
You should have died when I shot you the first time.
Yes!
With you, I'll kill you all. Engaging hostiles. Think I won't roast my men just to kill you?
Firing an impact shot.
Nice.
Say your goddamn prayers, Masani.
Nice.
I'll take you out with me.
Taking heavy fire.
Oh!
This'll put him down.
thought they were all dead, sorry. Whoa!
One less. Found that one.
Oh, really? Oh, Miranda's dead.
There's the target.
Yes.
Missed. Oh, Miranda.
Sit down!
Is this just an endless wave? Oh, I hit his tank. Oh no. Oh. All right. Okay, the objective's that way. Let's just have a little look around. Every little helps. That's quite a lot, to be fair. Itchy mustache. Alright, let's look through door number 2. Nice, that helps. Especially considering we need to go to the Citadel for Garrus's quest, so we can get that engineer upgrade there. Okay, we need to go that way, so maybe not. Okay, was it just holding enemies? Let's check this one out anyway. Now here. Great, thank you. Uh-oh. In the leg?
Zaeed, please. You know it was nothing personal, just business, I swear. It was 20 years ago. Look at you. I did you a favor. Zaeed, please! I'm gonna die here, man! Do something!
Try, you son of a bitch.
Oh dear. Okay. That's pretty bad in numbers, right? Elfell, Ashland, and Refinery on Zoya is destroyed. All personnel lost. With Vito Santiago dead, Zaeed can focus his full attention on the mission. Inferno grenade, new outfit. We got the Firestorm, which I'm probably never going to use because we've got Incinerate, right? And assault rifle damage. 40k, sweet. Go talk to him at least. Does that trigger any?
The elusive man wishes to speak to you in the debriefing room, Commander.
No.
Change of plans, Commander. Urgent message coming in from the elusive man.
No. That's a main mission. Oh, I've not been to see Liara. I thought it was only recruitment stuff. Let's check out his... I'm not a big fan of his current set, so... Oh, it's just red, just like Cassidy's. Okay, fine. We've still got nothing on this last team, mate. A Drell. Now, I'm just going to go and talk to Thingy first. Talk to Zaeed first. This is a main mission, man, so I think I'm going to end the episode early. I don't know. We'll see. I've got... I might just use this time on a weekend episode for Codex entries. Feel any better?
Shepard, I was just waxing goddamn nostalgic. Hell of a mission down there on Zoria. I appreciate what you did down there. Might not seem like it, but you did the right thing. Killing Vito solves a lot of problems, and not just my own.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Doesn't matter who you are. You got a gun in your face, chances are good you'll do what the other man says. Only two types don't buckle at that point. Trained killers and psychopaths. A lot of people can't tell the difference. I should let you go. Talk more later, Shepard.
Alright, buddy. Okay, so we're gonna have to talk to the elusive man, which means a main mission, so I've got an upgrade. The only thing I can get is an upgrade to Overload, which I'm probably gonna take because we're gonna have to wait at least 2 levels then for a level 4 upgrade. So we either save these, wait 1 more, and get a level 4. I'm not sure which one's better. They're not always next to the drone. It's only things that charge at. It's only really Krogan when they charge at it. That's going to guarantee blow up near them, right? Whereas chances are it might be far away. It pulses, inflicting high damage on all nearby enemies. So I don't know how big the AoE is. Whereas this one here, but this makes it sound like we can summon more than one. Limit is 1 active drone at a time. So maybe if we do the explosive drone, we can summon more than 1, which would be awesome. I don't know. I'm just going to get Overload. I think these are our 3 main skills that I always use. Combat drone to distract, incinerate for the blunt damage, Overload for synthetics and shields. So. Oh, and we add the overheat. Okay, so that makes it more useful against normal enemies as well. Okay, let's get into the Codex here. We'll start with the secondary stuff and Casimi's secrets. Okay, we read about grey boxes and the stuff about Alzheimer's. Cassette Fabrications Locust. The gun that killed 2 presidents is the infamous legacy of the Cassette Fabrications Model 12 Locust. That's the gun that we've got. Originally created for the Systems Alliance, who wanted a lightweight weapon for high-gravity worlds, the Locust was designed to overcome the limitations of traditional submachine guns at long range. With bullet velocity of modern weapons already pushed to the limit, the Locust's designers sought a way to improve accuracy through reducing weapon kick. They created an internal floating bed that absorbs the gun's recoil with minimal jarring of the gun frame itself. The barrel, magazine, chamber and operating mechanism all move within this bed, which absorbs shock with springs and buffers. This creates a platform stable enough that the Locust can use auto-targeting software, usually reserved for match-grade weapons. The Locust's lethality on shielded targets has been amply demonstrated. In 2176, a Virginian patent clerk named Michael Moser Lang brought a Locust concealed in a shoulder-mounted video camera to a photo opportunity between Enrique Aguilar, president of the United North American States, and Chinese People's Federation Premier Ying Zhong. At a distance of about 25 meters, Lang pierced the kinetic barriers covering the stage with the first burst, and when Zhong heroically tackled Aguilar to remove him from the line of fire, Lang's succeeding bursts went through the Premier's body and fatally wounded both men. Donovan Hock's collection contains 2 antique ivory-handled Locusts modified to take thermal clips. A detachable data drive rests in the lining of the box, containing Omnitool specifications for fabricating copies. A quick trip to the extranet reveals one of the weapons has the same serial number as Lang's original. If it's a fake, it's extremely well made. Fascinating. Okay, this would be interesting because this is Earth history. Lady Liberty. I do feel there's definitely a heavier cyberpunk the genre. I'm not comparing it to Mike Pondsmith's cyberpunk the genre. There's definitely a much more heavier cyberpunk aesthetic to this whole game, right? Just a coat of dirt over everything, right? Of griminess, of crime, of corporate stuff. Like that whole planet we went to for Casimi's side mission was like a whole corporate safe haven, right? It just feels very cyberpunk, right? Whereas the first game had a whole with being in Citadel space, being on the Citadel, the Council felt very much like a more sunshine-filled, law-controlled version of the future or of space society, intergalactic society, right? Where there was more safety, not in a negative way. I don't mean that in like a soft way, but just in a kind of a more Star Trek-y kind of way. Do you know what I mean? So, the Statue of Liberty was the target of several terrorist attacks over its 210-year lifetime, but in 2096, a motley group called Freedom's First finally brought the statue down. Protesting the induction of Canada and Mexico into the United North American States, the New York chapter of Freedom's First wanted a symbol that they would secede from this new union if necessary. Okay. In the early morning hours of November the 1st of November, they smuggled small arms and 15.5 tons of high explosives onto Liberty Island. Shooting or capturing the guards, they planted the explosives under the pedestal and detonated them at 7:37 a.m. The statue crashed to the ground in pieces, unexpectedly killing 4 of the Freedom's First terrorists. The remaining team members were apprehended after long manhunts, but the damage was done. The outrage at the secessionists kindled the fires of the Second American Civil War. On the 4th of November, President Caitlin Chung signed an executive order to rebuild the statue. Approximately 1/10 of the steel beams and copper plating from the destroyed statue was recovered and used in creating the new one. The original's head was put on display at the National Museum of American History in Washington, D.C. It remained there for 2 years until the Battle of Washington. During heavy shelling by secessionist forces, the head disappeared. A new statue was completed in 2101, and the fate of the original pieces was left for speculation and pulp novels. Interest flared up briefly in 2159 when photos surfaced of the head in the cargo hold of a star freighter, but by that time, human media were far more concerned with the future. In the face of humanity spreading out among thousands of new planets, a statue titled Liberty Enlightening the World seemed small and quaint by comparison. Fascinating. I do find it a little hard to believe that it kicked off a second civil war. Yeah. The secessionists kindled the fires of the Second American Civil War. I mean, in the information age, this would never get this far, right? Someone would get assassinated leaders or whatever. Home bases would be bombed, places would be hacked. You know, there's just, I don't think that this kind of thing would happen. You never know though, right? I mean, I suppose to argue with myself, which I do all the time, it feels like something like this should eventually happen, right? Because if you think about all kind of general societies and societal structures and political systems, they kind of go in cycles, right? None of them last forever. Monarchies, republics, dictatorships, none of them last forever, right? Why should democracy and its variants be any different, right? As people's kind of necessities, freedoms and individual rights grow, political systems kind of get ripped apart, right? I guess it'll be interesting to see what version of that will happen in modern society, right? Because I'm sure a lot of people think that, well, I'm sure a lot of people know that the capitalist democracies have their limits, right? And we are starting to see that, which was part of the whole fuel of the cyberpunk kind of genre, right? Was the worry that corporations would just take over, conglomerates and everything would eventually just take over from governments because they'd have too much wealth, too much power, too much influence. And that is kind of the case, right? You know? I mean, the people going into space now are billionaires of companies. That's not... well, I suppose governments are working towards it as well, but it's just... you can't fight the wealth in this kind of structure, can you? So it'd just be interesting to see if something like some kind of civil war does actually happen. Okay. Founded in 2160, the Blue Suns, by the human mercenaries Zaeed Masani and Vito Santiago, the Blue Suns were initially a Skillian Verge protection racket. As they expanded in numbers and influence, the two co-founders disagreed vehemently on many issues. Finally, after arguing about whether to recruit the slave-trading Batarians into their ranks, Vito ambushed Zaeed and shot him in the head. Believing Zaeed dead, Vito took full control of the Blue Suns and hired whatever Batarians he pleased. Soon, he had crowned one named Solem Dalsara as titular head of operations. It was a move designed to placate his Batarian investors and draw fire from would-be assassins. It worked on both accounts, and the partnership has lasted to this day. Over the decades, the Suns grew into a fearsome combat force spanning dozens of planets in Citadel space, the Verge and the Terminus systems. Knowing that a good logistical team is key to fielding an army, Vito diversified the Suns, selling arms, training and supplies as often as taking contracts to crack skulls. Even when the Suns suffered heavy losses, Vito's entrepreneurial expertise ensured new recruits could replace the old. All that was lost was the truth. Today, only a handful of trusted mercs even know who Vito Santiago is, let alone his old partner, Zaeed. Okay, technology. I'm gonna sneeze. I resisted, bro. Okay. Technology. Wow, there's so much here. So was the new one the planet scan technology? The Argus provides a qualitative leap in planetary surface imaging, a proprietary technology of the Android Group, an research and design laboratory. Research and design? Research and development? I've forgotten which one it is. That's like such a basic term. R&D. It's research and development, right? I don't know, it could be, does it even matter? R&D laboratory, reportedly owned by Cerberus. This upgrade for Normandy's sensory array delivers superior long-range topographical scanning resolution and rendering speed. By deploying an orbital multi-static grid of 100 radar-emitting microsatellites, the Argus quickly delivers a global digital elevation model, DEM, at 15 meters per pixel, MPP, resolution, vastly outclassing the Normandy's previous scanner peak performance of 27 MPP. Such imaging quality provides superior defensive intelligence and at a speed warranted by the dangers of combat. At slower scanning and rendering speed, the Argus can resolve down to an astonishing 0.001 MPP, 1mm per pixel. Ideal for geological and biological prospecting, archaeological research and long-term security surveillance. By employing such a massive multi-static grid of nearly untraceable micro-emitters, the resilient Argus is virtually invulnerable to electronic countermeasures. The spherical geometry of the Argus grid also allows superior cross-sectioning of targets. There were a lot of long words in that sentence. I deserve a pat on the back. Okay, so detailed pictures. Great. Ships and vehicles. Okay, the Mantis gunship might have been the new entry. No. Dreadnoughts. We've read stuff about these before, right? The ultimate arbiter of space warfare, the Dreadnought employs millions of tons of metal, ceramic, and polymer in the projection of firepower against an enemy vessel of like ability. No sane commander would face a Dreadnought without a Dreadnought of his or her own. The Dreadnought's power lies in the length of its main gun. Dreadnoughts range from 800 meters to 1 kilometer long, with main guns of commensurate length. An 800 meter mass accelerator is capable of accelerating one 20 kilogram slug to a velocity of 4,025 kilometers per second, 1.3% of light speed every 2 seconds. Each slug has a kinetic energy of 38 kilotons of TNT, enough to destroy the infrastructure of a mid-sized city and kill 500,000 people. Because of air friction, planets with atmospheres do not feel a slug's full devastation. Atmospheric drag reduces impact force by 20% per Earth atmosphere of air. At present, the Turian fleet possesses 39 dreadnoughts, the Asari 20, the Solarian 16. Each of the human alliance's 8 dreadnoughts is named for terrestrial mountains. Everest class, Everest, Fuji, and Elbrus. Kilimanjaro class, Kilimanjaro, Taishan, Shasta, Aconcagua, and Orizaba. I guess these are the 8 biggest mountains on Earth, some of which I've not heard of. Okay, frigates. Frigates are light escorts and scouts, often possessing extensive guardian systems providing anti-fighter screening for capital ships, and crewed with a squad of marines for security and groundside duty. Unlike larger vessels, frigates can land on planets. The most important role filled by frigates is reconnaissance. Sensors, unlike ships and communications employing the Mass Effect, are limited to the speed of light. Therefore, a stationary observer can detect a vessel a light year away only when its light arrives a year later. Because faster-than-light attackers always arrive before defenders can detect them with luminal sensors, attackers can always surprise defenders. For defense, fleets surround themselves with spheres of scouting frigates scanning for enemy ships and transmitting warnings to the main body. Frigates achieve high faster-than-light cruise speeds because of their high performance drives. They also have proportionally larger thrusters and lighter design mass, allowing them greater maneuverability. In combat, speed and maneuverability make frigates immune to long-range fire of larger vessels. In fleet combat, frigates are organised into wolf pack flotillas of 4 to 6. Wolf packs speed through enemy formations, hunting enemy vessels whose kinetic barriers have been taken down by freighter-launched disruptor torpedoes. Wolf packs circle strafe vulnerable targets using superior speed and maneuverability to evade return fire. Okay. Interesting. I mean, I don't know how much ship battle coordination there might be in the future. Just kind of feel like they're setting up for something like that, or maybe they had plans to if it was possible with advancements in rendering and, well, just general game creation, right? Game design even. Okay, weapons, armor, and equipment.
The Collector's still in its experimental stages.
I'll listen to
the
him for this.
M622 Avalanche generates a Bose-Einstein condensate within a mass effect bubble, which dissipates on impact, violently spraying the condensate outward and coating the target in a near absolute zero superfluid. The avalanche is unreliable, at times merely coating its target with ice, defacing exposed skin and freezing armor joints. Such low temperatures cause great damage to electronics like kinetic barrier emitters, which sometimes leads to total systems failure. At the other extreme, the avalanche freezes flesh and bone, causing massive trauma as blood vessels constrict and frozen blood expands. Occasionally, such iced tissue shatters. Based on existing technology, the ML-77 is a rapid-fire missile launcher using seeking projectiles. Each projectile features a friend or foe recognition system, ensuring it will find a hostile target even if the user's aim is not completely accurate. The weapon excels at taking out snipers and other entrenched enemies in dense urban environments. This makes it popular with mercenary groups, particularly the Blue Suns mercenary band. Missile launchers have been appearing with increasing frequency in the Terminus system, but their point of manufacture is unknown. Legal duplication of missile launchers is difficult due to Fabrication Rights Management, FRM, technology.
Is this the narrator from Ratchet and Clank? Really sounds like him.
Asari made Solaris armor.
Sorry, buddy, I'm reading these ones. We've read that one though. The shield upgrade, the CBT. Cyclonic barrier technology attempts to solve the higher end limitations of traditional kinetic barriers. Traditional barriers can't block high level kinetic energy attacks such as disruptor torpedoes because torpedo mass effect fields add mass. The CBT violently slaps aside rather than halting incoming linear force. By rotationally firing their mass effect field projectors, ships create rapidly oscillating kinetic barriers instead of static ones. Shooting through the CBT is like trying to shoot at a target inside a spinning ball. Significant drawbacks to current CBT configuration prevent its use on anything other than frigates and fighters. Its many high-frequency sensors and emitters require frequent maintenance and replacement. A partially damaged CBT can endanger its operator, who is surrounded by rotating mass effect fields, skewing in unpredictable directions. Fortunately, if an emitter is damaged, the CBT corrects to become a traditional shield array, a safety feature that makes it most effective during opening volleys. The Thanix Cannon. Following the Battle of the Citadel, human and Turian volunteers conducted a massive 3-month recovery effort to clear the station's orbit of debris. Secretly, the Turian Office of Technological Reconnaissance volunteers were technology recovery specialists, salvaging the main weapon of the Geth flagship Sovereign and large amounts of its valuable Element Zero core. Contrary to popular belief, Sovereign's main gun was not a directed energy weapon. Rather, its massive Element Zero core powered an electromagnetic field suspending a liquid ion uranium tungsten alloy that shaped into armor-piercing projectiles when fired. The jet of molten metal, accelerated to a fraction of the speed of light, destroys targets by impact force and irresistible heat. Only 11 months after the battle, the Turians produced the Thanix, their own miniaturized version of Sovereign's gun. The Thanix can fire reliably every 5 seconds, rivaling a cruiser's power, but mountable on a fighter or frigate. Interesting. All stuff that we're going to need against the collectors, I sense. Alright guys, I'm going to leave that one there. We'll go and talk to the elusive man, unfortunately, next time, but I guess there has to be some sort of pacing to the main quest, so I don't mind. Okay, so we completed Zaeed's mission, we spoke to Jack a bit more, we've picked up Garrus's loyalty quest. It's going to be tough for him, right? Seeing that guy who betrayed him, but maybe there's more to it, maybe he was being blackmailed himself. Hopefully there'll be a bit more to it than there was on Zaeed's mission, which was just kind of a shoot, blow up, get out kind of mission. But fun nonetheless. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave me a like if you did. And just remember everybody, never trust an on-crate. I'll see you on Monday.